Hey guys, in this video we are solving proportions. Now there are a few different ways to solve proportions. The way I'm going to show you in this video here today is by using cross products, where we multiply the numerator of one fraction to the denominator of the other fraction, and we set that equal to the numerator of the second fraction multiplied by the denominator of the first. I know that sounds super confusing, but cross products is a very easy process to solve proportions. It works whether we're using simple numbers like this or more complicated proportions later in Algebra 1 and going further. And that's the strategy we're going to be using here today. So let's take a look. Okay, so it says solve each proportion. Leave your answer as a simplified fraction or decimal. So the method of cross products looks like this. What we do in solving a proportion where we have one ratio set equal to another ratio is we multiply one numerator times the denominator that's diagonal. So I would multiply x times 6, or I can say 6 times x. It doesn't matter. We know multiplication is commutative. I set that equal to the other diagonal of 3 times 4. Okay, that's what cross products looks like, and that's what I'm going to be doing every single time. I'm not going to necessarily be looping them on your screen every single time, but this is the pattern that I'm going to be using throughout the entire lesson here. So I multiply diagonally x times 6 or 6 times x, and then I set that equal. Notice I brought the equal sign down right in the middle to 3 times 4. Well, x times 6 is simply 6x equals 3 times 4 is 12. And we know that in one-step equations, to solve this, we would divide both sides by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6, and when you do that, you get an answer of x equals 2. Because we already talked about certain one-step equations in a previous video, I'm not going to necessarily show all of the work for those steps. I'm really focusing on the solving proportions part. Next one, if I follow that same exact format and I multiply diagonally, I would be multiplying 6 times 4, and I would set that equal to 5 times x. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times x is 5x. What would you divide by on both sides here to get x by itself? We would divide both sides by 5. And if you do 24 divided by 5, you'll either get 4.8 or 24 fifths. Either answer is perfect. Next one, if I do cross products here, 3 times x. 3 times x is 3x. Bring down the equal sign, and then I would do 5 times 6. 3 times x is 3x equals 5 times 6 is 30. We would divide here both sides by 3 to get x by itself, and 30 divided by 3 is simply 10. Easy. Next three, same exact skills. I'm just going to move my face in the middle. Same exact skills. It just happens to be that the second few here have decimals in them, but that doesn't change anything. So in this first one, x over 7 equals 1 over 6. I would cross multiply, so I would do x times 6 equals the cross product here, 7 times 1. X times 6 is really 6x. 7 times 1 is 7. Divide both sides by 6. Good. And if I divide both sides by 6, I get 7 6, or you can get your decimal. It is going to be a repeating decimal for that one. Next one, cross multiply. 6 times 2 equals 2.5 times x, or x times 2.5. Remember, it doesn't matter what order you write them in. Multiplication is commutative. 2 times 6 is 12 equals 2.5x. Divide both sides here by, I hope you said it, 2.5. 12 divided by 2.5 is 4.8. Next one, I would do 4.5 times x, the diagonals, set that equal to 9 times 3, or 3 times 9. This ends up becoming 4.5x equals 27. Divide both sides of this equation by 4.5, and 27 divided by 4.5 is 6. This is very repetitive, you guys, so it's the same process over and over. Ready? I cross multiply, so I do my diagonals of x times 10. I set that equal to 3 times 4.2. X times 10 is simply 10x. 3 times 4.2 is 12.6. What are you going to divide here on both sides by? 10. And if I divide both sides by 10, I get 1.26. Cross products, 11 times 5.5 equals x times 2.5. So that would be 2.5x. 11 times that 5.5 is 60.5 equals 2.5x. Divide both sides by 2.5 and we get 24.2. Next one, cross multiply. 6 times x equals 5 times 12. 6 times x is 6x. 5 times 12 is 60. Divide both sides by 6 and we get x equals 10. That was easy. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.